Yay Networks.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to In the Cards and Stars. I'm your host, Britt Madrid Mogensen. And this week, we're going to be talking about the Tarot Tea top 5 stories that just need to be looked into a little bit further. Okay, so this has been a week of just like a lot of toxic things happening in the media. Let's call it what it is. I've got 5 toxic stories that must get tarot readings, but honestly, it was hard to narrow it down. And I have a theory, okay? Astrology in the wild theory here. Pluto has been at 1 degree Aquarius. And the reason I looked into this originally was because I personally, so first of all, I have my ascendant at 1 degree Aquarius. 1 degree is the Aquarius, or 1 degree is the degree associated with Aries. So it's kind of an intense degree. And I was just having kind of a week. We've talked about it here. If you guys listen to my podcast, or if you guys are over on my live streams, then you know I've been doing like animal rescue and really like finding a new sense of purpose. And I was just feeling like very intense this week and like really sad. Like I'm just gonna be honest with you guys, like just the weight of everything and a sense of like helplessness mixed in with like motivation. And I was like, what the heck is going on like with my chart? Like, where are the planets in the sky? What are the exact degrees? And so I pulled it up and I noticed that Pluto is actually at 1 degree Aquarius, directly crossing my ascendant. I knew that this was going to happen. I knew that this was going to be transformative, but it is so wild and crazy just how much I felt it, to the point where I really did have to go and look. Um, and I'll check back in with you guys, because this is, a transit people have talked about for a while, and I've been reading about it and kind of anticipating it. And I try not to focus on it too much because it is so transformative. But when we want to apply this to like the larger world, so more than just like a personal experience. So that is how the transit is affecting me and my natal chart. It's like directly conjunct. So I feel like in my life, I know what it feels like right now. And it feels intense. It feels like there's a lot of hard truths coming up. And it's not for the faint of heart. Okay. Now, luckily, I got a Scorpio moon. I got Mars and Capricorn. Like, I've got this. I'm going to push on through it. But on a larger scale, when we look at how this transit is actually playing out for like the world at large, for our society, media, is it just me? Or have you guys also noticed there's been some like toxic stuff being exposed? It's like one thing after another. A lot of the news has been a little bit negative. So, PSA, if you need to disengage just a little bit from the news because it's starting to feel a little bit draining, that's okay. This could be a time where maybe that's good. Maybe you step away from it for a day or two, and then you come back later, because we do have some intense transits. Now, if you can stay in it, if you can stay aware and allow the truth to come up for you, that's always preferred. But again, if you need to take a step away, Pluto in Aquarius, it's our societal structures being exposed, and it's no joke. So, no shame in taking a tiny little break. Speaking of taking a tiny little break, you guys, I'm going to Los Angeles tomorrow, and I am so excited. I'm going to go visit my brother, and he's like making music there right now, going to studios. He got to go to a very famous person's studio. I want to tell you guys so badly, but I'm not going to say it because he hasn't said that. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know how it works. But if we get to a point where I can tell you guys the tea on who he's been working with musically, I will spill all the tea. And maybe we'll even have him on the show. He's pretty quiet. He's like or not quiet, but he's pretty like private as far as like social media stuff. Like he's not like, he doesn't do like what I like to do. But he's like hilarious, obviously, and just has a great personality. But he's not as like out there in the forefront. He prefers to be a little more introverted, producing music, composing, working behind the scenes. And anyway, we are going to go see him, and I can't wait. I am so excited. He always just uplifts me. I just love spending time with him. And while Pluto's in, Aquarius at 1 degree, I just think this is perfect timing. So, in order to tap into this energy a little bit more, though, I am going to go to this aura photographer. I've been hearing about this for such a long time, and I will obviously report back. And if I can like vlog a little bit, I will, like for the YouTube channel, because I think this stuff is so much fun, and I would love to start like sharing more of my experiences. I would love to start sharing more of these types of experiences, like experimenting with different, modalities and like readings and things like that from other practitioners. So I think it's just like fun to share and go along for the ride. But I'm going to this person in Los Angeles that comes highly recommend called origami.la. I am open to seeing like what happens. The address is actually a 9 energy address. I always check the address numbers, and 9 energy resonates with me. I'm born on the 9th. So I feel like something good's gonna happen. And with this energy of Pluto on my ascendant I'm in a stage of transformation, like with who I am as a person, and I definitely feel it. I'm excited to see what the aura is going to show. Like, will there be like things coming up in my aura, like transformation, darkness, like, or will it be like light, or will it be like, I don't know. I'm so curious. So, the way that this works is this photographer, I don't know how they do this, but I guess I'll know soon, I can tell you guys, but they take a photo of you, and in the photo, there's gonna be, like, an aura, and there are all these different colors that correspond to different meanings that describe where you're at in your life right now, and, like, what your purpose is, what your soul urge is, what you're doing, and then you get kind of like a spiritual reading as well, and you can actually see it visually in the photo. So I'm so excited. I scheduled one for myself and for Michael because I wanna see his aura. He's not really into all of this stuff. He's much more, like, analytical, like just the way that his mind works. He's very detail oriented, analytical, and I'm just so curious to see like what will his aura color be? Will it be red? Like, the more aggressive type of personality, the go-getter, or will it be blue, like soothing? Because I feel like he has a lot of like blue energy. I don't know. I'm so curious. So anyway, I'm excited about that. We're gonna do that. We're gonna go to a comedy show. I'm gonna see my brother, gonna see my friend Monique Kelly, who's been on the podcast before. And I'm just excited. I really can't wait. And getting a little break from the pups, whom I love so much. And I've been so emotional about them, like not I don't know, like, having to part from them, so I'm like, I definitely need to take a break because I just that Pluto, honestly, Pluto right on my ascendant has just made me so emotional about everything. So I'm excited to get away and to experience something else. And in that same vein of being a little bit more lighthearted and, focusing on other people's drama, I sorry, it's true. Isn't that kind of why we like this? We're going to do the Tarot T top 5 stories of the week. I'm going to be doing a tarot reading. So let's start with this was actually okay, a request. So let's start with this request. The Nikita Dragun arrest video. Now, I wasn't going to do a reading on this because one of my friends sent me the video, and it was honestly a little bit overwhelming. Like the one that she sent me, it was from TikTok, and it had all of these like comments about what exactly Nikita was saying. And like it was kind of implying that it was a little bit, something like kind of spiritual, let's just say spiritual, like, some like type of possession type of thing going on with her. And it was really spooky. Like, and when you put words over a video and with the right music, it can be very convincing, right? And the way that she was talking, the things that she was saying, I was like, she's either on some sort of substance or maybe something is going on like that. Like it was so strange. If you guys haven't seen the video, um, you know, watch it at your own risk. It was very disturbing. And so before we do a tarot reading on her, I do want to say that like I can obviously see that that's like a mental health thing, and I hope that she gets better. I hope that, whatever is going on that, she takes care of that and whatever. But people make their own choices. And from what these TikTok videos were saying, it seemed more like this was people were saying it's like her true self coming out. I don't know. And I don't really want to speculate, but I did get a request to do a reading on her to see, where she was at that time when the arrest took place. and where she's at now, how she's doing now. So let's go ahead and do that and just see what is going on with Nikita Dragun. Now, this is also the year of the dragon in the Chinese zodiac. So I'm just, I don't know. I feel like it's interesting that it was that whole incident really like was fully exposed during the year of the dragon. The full, just the full video, like all of it came out because I'm pretty sure that there was other information and like a shorter video about this incident that came out previously. Because if I'm not mistaken, I think that this was like from 2022 when this originally happened. But it's all come out now. And this is a time where people who have had any sort of like, abusive power in one way or another, everything's coming up. Like, just look at P. Diddy, right? We'll have to do a future reading on him because that story is still developing. And just look at Andy Cohen, like for entertainment purposes only around here. But I'm just saying, you can rest easy tonight if you have been, kind and you have good karma. And if not, watch your back and try to make amends. We'll just say that this is a time to definitely make sure that you are on the right side of history, that you are all about humanity and thinking and living with compassion. Okay. So let's see what was going on with Nikita Dragun at that time. And because we are reading on some toxic tarot themes, I'm going to do a quick little prayer type of thing, little invocation that I like to do. Usually I don't do this like on camera or share this with you guys, but because we are talking about like some toxic themes, I don't think it'll hurt to just kind of say this so that all of you guys listening also get a little bit of that protection and the positive energy. So I always like to ask for Archangel Michael to stand by me and protect me and all who hear and listen to this podcast and watch these videos so that all of us are infused with wisdom and the light of purity and love as we learn from these cosmic and karmic lessons. Even though we are doing a little bit of lighthearted gossip, we're discussing things, we're looking at life I believe that there is a purpose to that because even though it is all in good fun, at the same time, we learn from each other. We learn from our own mistakes. Hopefully this feels like a non-judgmental thing. It's really just us kind of like learning, living and learning and doing what we're here to do. And sometimes looking at other people's situations can help us to learn more about our own. So with that being said, with the light of love and protection around us, let's look at the Nikita Dragun situation. I'm telling you guys, the video that one of my friends sent me, in particular from TikTok, it was spooky. It looked like Nikita almost knew the police officer. She was kind of like harassing her and saying all this stuff and talking about her childhood. It was weird. Like it was really strange. I can see why people would think maybe something more was going on with her than just like substances. I'm just saying, I can see where someone would get that. What was going on with Nikita at that time? When we saw that full video of the arrest, what was going on with her? What was going on? The Chariot, Mars energy, anger. If you guys are just listening only, I'll be describing the tarot cards. And if you guys are watching, then you can see this. So the Chariot card is associated with Mars. In this card, there is one woman who is on a chariot and she's being carried and moved forward by two really buff guys who are like twins. Now, what's interesting about this is I definitely get this energy of like someone wanting to be in the spotlight, someone wanting all the attention on them. Also, if you look at this card, you can see that behind the person, like in the background of the chariot, there's like this blue curtain, which indicates like serenity and like royalty. And then on that curtain, there are stars sprinkled all over it. And the star in the tarot signifies like literal stardom, attention, bright, shining light, people being drawn to you, people looking up to you, like the way that we look up to stars for guidance, like to the literal stars in the sky. The stars in the tarot can indicate someone who really does want to be in a leadership position, someone who is in a leadership position, someone who has fans. And with the chariot, with these two men here, it's looking to me like protection, But also, I feel like, how the police officers, the motto is like serve and protect. I feel like this is really indicating like police officers around her and her being in Mars energy, which is the reason that this happened. The chariot is associated with warrior Mars energy, going into battle, moving quickly, aggression. Oh man, all of that. So that makes perfect sense. 1000% that checks out. Okay. So she was in a state of aggression. All right. Why? What was the underlying reason for this aggression? I'm not going to lead the tarot tea, but I'm just going to see. We're going to let what comes through comes through. Okay, guys? Why? Why was she in a state of aggression? Knight of Wands. Are you kidding me? For our listener Beth here, leading with the wands. But that's our little motto, leading with passion and purpose. But when you're in Knight of Wands energy, this can be moving too quickly and acting on impulse rather than thinking things like thoroughly all the way through, because knights, when we're looking at the tarot deck, we have a page, then a knight, then a queen and king. Okay. And so this indicates like the different stages of development. Now, I do want to develop my own tarot cards because I don't like the current way that it's set up. This has been a very old school system that decks have been following like since I think like the 1700s. The first tarot deck was came about in France. So like this is ancient. And so, in the works with Pluto and Aquarius, I am coming up with my own tarot deck, but and it will not have like the queen and then the king, okay? But I digress. This is about that like adolescent stage. Okay. Think about when someone is like a teenager and they are, they're reactive, they're moving quickly, they are doing whatever feels right in the moment. It's like you're not thinking, you're just doing, acting on impulse because there are lessons that need to be learned, right? Taking action based on pure passion and inspiration. It's an immature kind of energy. Okay. Why? And we have two cards that indicate like literal like passion. Knight of Wands, passionate energy, the Chariot, Mars energy. I mean, this is describing what I saw in that video, just the level of intensity. And it was like uncontrollable. Like Knight of Wands, knights are on these horses and especially wands with passion and moving forward quickly. You cannot control or contain a Knight of Wands. It's like a wild stallion. Even in the picture on the card, the horse is like bucking up, like it looks like the person is holding on with all their strength because they could be bucked off from this horse. It's just an uncontrollable desire. Okay, very much making sense. Let's get another card to describe why this is. Why was Nikita in this state? What was the cause of her getting into this state? Oh, wow. Okay, we had a couple of cards come out. All right. So I accidentally grabbed two cards and then one fell out. We're going to take these cards and this is going to, I think, give us a nice little conclusion, wrap up this tea time story in a bow. So here's what we have. So first we have this Four of Wands, which is a celebration with a significant other. Now, I don't know if Nikita Dragun is in a relationship right now or if Nikita was in a relationship at the time that arrest and video took place, but based on these cards, whether or not there was a public relationship, I'm going to say there was a partnership of some sort. Now, this is romantic partnership to me because we have this Four of Wands, but we also have the Ten of Cups, which just like fell out of the deck, like accidentally or, not accidentally, spirit given that message. Ten of Cups is your like happy ending, your happily ever after with your significant other. And in the photo on this card, the two people, they have their heads together and they're gazing up into the sky where all of their 10 cups can just be seen across the sky floating. It's just like a beautiful photo of like love, and cups are emotions. So this is just like pure emotional fulfillment with the person of your dreams. And then there's a little child in the front pointing up. So this is like talking about building a family with somebody. And then that card combined with the Four of Wands. Fours indicate home, stability, family, a new home, um, a marriage potentially. So there are 2 marriage cards here, and then the other card that I pulled out is the Tower card. So the Tower card would be a breakup. So I'm gonna say whether or not this is public, I will have to look this up, like, later because I really don't know about, like, her relationships, but I'd be curious to look this up and see if we can find this information anywhere that talks about how Nikita had just gone through a breakup. That is what induced this manic state, allegedly for entertainment purposes only. According to the tarot T, 1000% it was a breakup. 4 of Wands and the Tower card came out. It was a home. It was building a home, someone that she was building a home with and had these dreams of building something stable. Now, a lot of the time, I would say that 4 of Wands could be a business partnership, but that's why, that's why the tarot T is was there for us because when this 10 of cups fell out, I know 1000% that that was actually romantic. So this was someone that there was really a solid foundation and it didn't work out, causing this tower moment, intense grief and kind of just like a total breakdown, basically. So that is very sad. That does make sense though. So sending healing energy, I just got goosebumps. So confirmation. Sending healing energy, breakups can be hard. And if you already struggle with like mental health issues, it's like 1,000 times harder. So, sending love and healing her way. And um those the footage was really, really really disturbing. And so I hope that, truly, truly there can be healing there. Moving right along. Okay. So our next story is this one is very strange. The Justin and Hailey Bieber story. I'm going to read you guys this article that just came out so that we have all of the facts before we do the reading. This is very bizarre. So we've gone from Justin and Hailey having like all of these rumors about their relationship. It's literally every other day, right? We're hearing a new rumor about these two. And now not only are there rumors, as if we needed more fuel for this fire, this article came out via Glamour magazine, and this was February 28th, 2024, literally today, as I'm recording this. This just came out today. So, according to this Glamour magazine article that just came out today, I'm recording this on February 28th. So, according to this Glamour magazine article, Hailey Bieber's dad seems to be asking fans to pray for her and Justin. The message is confusing and concerning, but might not portend anything bad, according to the writer of this article, Elizabeth Logan. All right, so let's get into the details here. Stephen Baldwin, father of Hailey Bieber, recently posted a message on his Instagram stories that has fans wondering if something's going on. On February 26th, the actor reshared a clip of Justin Bieber singing a Hillsong worship song with the text, Christians, please, when you think of Justin and Hailey, take a moment to offer a little prayer for them to have wisdom, protection, and to draw close to the Lord. As you can see on page 6, to be clear, Stephen Baldwin didn't write the message, and it doesn't necessarily mean the couple are going through a hard time, just that other Christians should wish them the best. What? What does this even mean? This looks like backpedaling to me. Okay. The man who posted the clip, Victor Marks, wrote in his caption, I seldom like to post about certain folks in the limelight because of the negative comments we get. There are special challenges that folks in high visibility positions face, and also the enemy doesn't want them to draw closer to Jesus. So often, regardless of the material things or the accolades, they often face spiritual warfare that intense and seeks to shipwreck their faith, marriage, and life in general. So, thank you. The comments don't shed any light on what challenges Marks might be thinking of, but they do name other celebrities who might be in need of prayers if that's something that interests you. Justin Bieber, okay, what? This is the weirdest article. Let's go back to the page 6 article that came out to clarify this. So, to me, it looks like the media is already starting to get a little tainted with the backpedaling. Okay. So this article is from page 6, also was published February 28th, written by Samantha Ryan. The headline is Stephen Baldwin sparks concern after asking fans to say a little prayer for daughter Hailey and Justin Bieber. Stephen Baldwin sparked concern for fans who post. Okay, after he reposted a message asking for prayers for his daughter Hailey Bieber and husband Justin Bieber. On Monday, the usual suspects actor 57. Oh my gosh. And he's like the pose he's doing in this article photo. He's literally giving full like duck lips. I'm sorry, but that is bizarre. It looks like he really wants the spotlight. Okay. Poor Haley. Gosh. And in the photo, she looks so uncomfortable. Okay. Actor 57 shared a post from Victor Marks, founder of All Things Possible Ministries, that featured a video of the Peaches singer playing the guitar and singing along to I Could Sing of Your Love Forever by Delirious in the Hillsong Worship. Christians, please, when you think of Justin and Haley, take a moment to offer a little prayer for them to have wisdom, protection, and draw close to the Lord, Marks wrote atop the clip. I don't know. That seems weird to me. Like a call out like that. It's not like they were asking for prayers. I feel like that just gives that's going to create unnecessary drama. There are special challenges for folks, okay, in the high visibility positions they face. There are special challenges that folks in high visibility positions face, and also the enemy doesn't want them to draw closer to Jesus, he claimed in the caption. So often, regardless of the material things or the accolades, they often face spiritual warfare that's intense and seeks to shipwreck their faith, marriage, and life in general. So thank you. Okay. Now, this goes on to say, though Stephen reposted the message to his Instagram stories, he did not offer any additional context on what Haley and Justin, who tied the knot in September of 2018, were going through. However, fans became concerned about the two-time Grammy winner, 29, and model 27, and the state of their marriage and began writing prayers in the comments section of Victor's post. I've been praying that Justin will receive the calling upon his life. His gift and platform could reach millions for the glory of our Lord Jesus Christ, wrote one user. Okay, now inherently, it doesn't seem like there's really anything bad there, but it does feel a little strange. Like, why would someone post this right now at this time? Is there anything to this? Is there a reason? Are people just trying to get a little bit more a little bit more publicity out there? It does look like Stephen Baldwin likes to be in the spotlight, just to be honest. That's my perception. So let's do a tarot reading and see what's going on with them, allegedly for entertainment purposes only. What is going on for Hailey and Justin Bieber? Why did Stephen Baldwin share that post? Why did that pastor do the post? Let's just see like what comes through. Is there cause for alarm, or was this just a routine, nothing to see here type of situation? 7 of Cups. Okay, something's going on. All right, guys, right off the bat, something's going on. 7 of Cups. This is about making decisions. This is concern over decisions being made by Justin and Hailey. So the 7 of Cups card, if you guys are watching this on YouTube, you can see that there's like a snake, a heart, a diamond. All of these cups have something in them in the photo. And depending on which cup the person chooses, they're going to get a specific outcome. So if you choose like the heart, you're going to get the gifts of the heart. If you choose, this other cup that maybe looks really shiny but isn't great, you might get a snake or something scary or unexpected. So this is basically all about the life choices that we make and true concern over choices that Hailey and Justin are making right now. So the pastor posted that because he doesn't agree with some of the choices that the two of them have been making behind the scenes. Now, we did a reading on them in last week's live stream, or I think it was Sunday's live stream. We got that they had been working on their marriage and that there was a period of like brief separation, like walking away from each other for a short time, but that they are now working on their relationship. This 7 of Cups just still talks about like some instability, and maybe people around them don't agree with the way that they're going about their lives and their relationship right now. Maybe people around them are worried that they're making the wrong choices that are driving them further apart. So, okay, let's get another clarifier. How is Justin acting in this situation at the moment? I just got goosebumps, so definite confirmation there. 8 of Pentacles. Interesting. Okay. So, Eight of Pentacles. He is working. He's focused on, okay, allegedly for entertainment purposes. He's focused on his work and he's focused on money right now, which is interesting because we have not gotten that he really had that focus previously. I think he's wanting to get back out there slowly but surely. He's starting to feel like he's ready to create again, to make something, to make more money, which is really interesting because we didn't have that before. Okay, what about Hailey? But also, Eight of Pentacles can indicate working on something that is of value to you, Pentacles value. So this could also talk about him wanting to work on their marriage because that would definitely correspond with the last reading. Okay, so scratch what I said about work. Intuitively, I actually think that this is about him wanting to work on what he values, which is what the Pentacles represent, and that is his marriage. Okay, that feels more right. That makes more sense to me. What about Hailey? The Page of Cups, an emotional new beginning. Okay. So he does want to work on their relationship and she is willing to give it a chance. Page of Cups, she is willing to start fresh. She is willing to, give him another chance. Basically, Page of Cups is a new beginning with all of the choices, him wanting to work on it, her wanting to give him another chance. Something happened. I'm telling you, this is what we got in the last reading as well. Allegedly for entertainment purposes only, something happened. What happened? And the choices, I think, are like choices like, do we stay together? Do we break up? I mean, they've been going through a trial period for sure, a period of trials and tests and tribulations. I think that the pastor was correct about that. What happened? What happened? Four of Wands, something about their marriage, home, and celebration. Wow, guys, we're getting so much confirmation here that this is something definitely that was affecting their marriage. Something has affected their marriage. A four is about stability. So something rocked the foundation of their connection. I just got goosebumps on my face. Confirmation. Something rocked the foundation of their marriage. What was that? The Lovers. Oh my God. You guys. Oh my gosh. Okay. I really hate to say this, so I'm just going to say it quickly. Allegedly for entertainment purposes only. I think that there was a little bit of a wandering eyes situation on Justin's part for a quick second because the reason that I'm going to say that is because we have the Eight of Pentacles, which indicates him wanting to work on things. Typically, the person who made the mistake is the one that's going to have to work the hardest to repair things, which Eight of Pentacles would represent a lot of hard work. This person is like building a massive cake and like being meticulous and trying to get it perfect. And the Page of Cups is like her emotional new beginning and a willingness to take a fresh start. The Seven of Cups is that they could have decided to do anything and maybe just trying to figure out where to go from here. Lots of decisions to make on both of their parts. But this Four of Wands, the stability and the passion of their relationship was tested by this Lover's card energy of needing to make a romantic choice between two people and somebody else being around, allegedly. I think Justin was, yeah, you know what I mean. So that is what I think happened. And then Stephen Baldwin shared it because if you guys will recall when Haley and Justin got together, and it was also very awkward because Justin's even joked about it on the Ellen show when he's gone, been interviewed. And Ellen's asked him, like, how did you end up dating Haley? And he said something like, oh, that's a good question, and then you'll see like they'll show videos of him when he first met her and how like she like wasn't that interested and her dad was really pushing them together. Her dad's also very religious and Justin was really struggling to find himself and his faith and it just seems like they were very much pushed together by her dad and people that were in that church. So, not saying that it's necessarily a bad thing, just making an observation that he, I think, had to come to terms with his choices. And there may have been a period where he doubted those choices and was experimenting with a different, type of life, maybe being with somebody else or doing something different. And so I think that, yeah, Stephen Baldwin definitely wants Hailey and Justin to stay together. And I think that's why he reposted that to kind of put a little more pressure on them. Let's pull a card for Stephen Baldwin. What is his motivation in reposting that? What was his motivation? Why did he do that? Obviously, that's going to add more, of a spotlight to the situation. Obviously, I'm sure his daughter doesn't want that. So it is strange that he did that. I don't know if that's exactly what, you know, his daughter and his son-in-law would have wanted. So it is bizarre that he did that. Why did he do that? King of Pentacles. Oh my God. When the tarot tea is just, talking, just spilling it all. King of Pentacles. Yeah, he wants money. He wants to be wealthy. His associate, allegedly for entertainment purposes, his association with Justin is something that secures his status, makes him wealthy. The fact that his daughter is married to an international pop star sensation, Justin Bieber, with all that money and fame, it really has solidified his place. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a little bit of help from them to support his lifestyle, but he really receives a lot of benefits from being Justin Bieber's father-in-law. It makes him feel like the King of Pentacles, like he is, somebody looked up to, famous and powerful, someone who has money and financial resources. And so he doesn't want to lose that. I mean, allegedly for entertainment purposes, at the core, that was his motivation in that moment. He wanted to put some pressure on to try to get them to kind of like shape up. Okay, very interesting. Okay, moving on. This one is some influencer tea that I actually got a DM request about. And this is about influencer Remy Bader. So, according to People magazine, this was also published today, February 28th. I'm telling you guys, this Pluto in Aquarius at 1 degree Aquarius, this transit is just, it's been so wild. And before I dive into this, I want to like just tell you one more thing about that. So, the Aries degree of 1 indicates Aries energy associated with this Aquarius degree. So it's really like a blend of Aries energy and Aquarius energy, meaning even more innovative, even more forward thinking, also someone who may end up being alone more or having to fight for like their their right to be seen, having to fight for their right to be heard, and in turn doing that for other people, the collective. Aries, truly like a warrior, Aquarius, I'm sorry, truly a warrior for like the rights of others and an advocate for themselves and working on and being a force of assertiveness. Um, and so it's, and I resonate with that a lot. Obviously, that's my natal placement, but having Pluto there, I'm noticing that all of these stories are very much about like these power struggles, people having to stand alone. You'll see when we do the last 2 stories after this, it really is an intense energy of like exposing the truth. And when the truth is exposed, a lot of the times the people that we're talking about are having to like stand alone and do what's right. And that leaves them feeling more lonely. So, sending prayers out there. If anybody is going through that right now, you're not alone. This too shall pass, but it's coming up for our good. We are having these themes come to the surface so that we can really like pay attention, realize them, learn the lessons, and move forward with strength and with motivation to create basically a better world, the Aquarius and Pluto theme. Let's talk about this People magazine article. Remy Bader says boyfriend broke up with her over text after nearly 2 years of dating. Now, this is appalling. Surely because the 2 years alone is crazy. Like, this isn't like the Sex and the City episode where Berger wrote, "I'm sorry, I can't, don't hate me" on a Post-it note and broke up with Carrie. I mean, that was obviously very sad, but I think they only went on like a few dates or maybe dated a handful of months. 2 years is so significant, and for someone to break up with someone else in a text is absolutely awful, and they have this guy's picture plastered all over the People magazine article, so, whatever he did has come to light. I wonder where his zodiac sign placements are. He's being exposed. So Bader posted a TikTok over the weekend with the news and then deleted it shortly after. Remy Bader and her boyfriend of almost 2 years, Caveat Postel, have seemingly parted ways. The TikTok creator, who rose to fame for her honest clothing reviews and for championing plus size fashion, shared a video over the weekend where she was visibly emotional. In the short video, Bader could be seen crying, while text over the screen read, "When he says doing it over text is easier for him than doing it in person after almost 2 years together." Oh That's horrible. She deleted the video shortly after posting it and has not shared any videos since then. A rep for Bader declined to comment. Oh my gosh. Bader previously opened up about her relationship last January on the Not Skinny But Not Fat podcast, telling host Amanda Hirsch that she and Pastel met on a dating app, Locks Club, in 2022. That was the dating app of Camila Cabello's ex boyfriend, Austin Kevich. Interesting connection there. She also talked about wanting to take things slow and keep things low key, which she maintained throughout their relationship. Keeping her relationship private was important. I've been very not sure what to do about all this, Bader said, of how to handle having a public relationship. I've asked a lot of friends who have boyfriends in the industry, and they're like, oh my God, if you can keep it private. Okay. So it goes on to say a bunch more things, but basically that's the gist of it. So, what the heck went on in this relationship? What caused the breakup? That was what the request was. So, let's just see. What was the real cause of this breakup? And hey, if Remy's listening or watching, this might be helpful to know. Sometimes closure, you're not going to get closure from the person, but a little tarot tea time can at least bring some things up that you can see if you intuitively align with. Let's see what caused the breakup. Three of Pentacles. This is my threes a crowd card. Whenever we have a three and we're asking about a relationship, this is about like an extra person basically, because yeah, the three's a crowd philosophy of I think there was somebody else, okay? Allegedly for entertainment purposes. I think there was somebody else. And I think that he met this person through work because we have three of pentacles here. So yeah, he met someone else through work. I don't know what his job is, but I would say he met someone else through work. Oh, okay. These two just violently turned over. That was wild. Okay. Wow. With the Queen of Swords and the Four of Pentacles, I would say this is the lesson that Remy is learning from this really traumatizing situation, because we do learn from everything that happens to us, right? So we have the Queen of Swords. She is going to come out of this on the other side in Queen of Swords energy, which is knowing how to protect herself, looking at things a little bit differently from here on out, valuing herself in a way that really gets her to like focus on how people are truly showing up, communicating her boundaries more clearly and right off the bat more. But this is kind of a moment where she may harden her heart for a second in order to get through it. The Queen of Swords is like definitely very solo and goes into the head and away from the heart. So this is someone who's definitely mind over heart, and she may just go into a period where she wants a little bit of alone time. And when she does get with somebody, she's going to make sure that they are exactly who they say that they are, and I think she's going to be very careful about the next relationship. This was a soul lesson. This is a giving karmic lesson energy to really value yourself and draw those boundaries and protect your heart. Queen of Swords. Only give your heart to a person that is truly ready to accept it and give as well. I'm so sorry that happened. That's really sad. And then Four of Pentacles is this card of like disappointment. And I would say just remember that even though, the four is like the home, it's feeling like your home is wrecked basically. And Pentacles is like your value. Just because this is how you're feeling now, I would say just know that like this really will pass. And don't be afraid to feel into the lesson there and see what comes up. Anytime there's a breakup or something that is really hurtful, it is a time to really look at the situation and see like, what was going on? Is there anything that I need to honor myself more when it comes to the next relationship? Is there anything that I can do to find that joy within myself? Because it's Four of Pentacles energy, sitting in disappointment. It's not great. It can kind of like end up being self-critical. So I would say be very, very careful of that. Let's see if we can get a little bit more advice or clarity as to why or the way forward. Nine of Wands, yeah, take a moment to evaluate. Like I was just saying, think about it, think about what happened. Nine of Wands is definitely like taking a step back to evaluate the situation, keep your passion, keep your passion for life, keep your zest for life, stay out there, stay active, keep meeting people, but take a moment to just think about the way that you pursue, you know, and interact with Wands energy, basically. Like, think about the way that you date, the way you go about situations, and don't feel like you need to jump right back in. Nine of Wands is the ending of a cycle as well. So nines are all about ending one cycle to start a new. So this was the ending of a cycle for her. She is coming out the other side in a new energy. And let's get a little bit more clarity of what that energy is. Because this was the old cycle about self-worth and boundaries, about Queen of Swords, strengthening that inner Queen of Swords energy. What is the next phase about? Seven of Swords. Not allowing people to basically like be sneaky or pull the wool over your eyes. So in the next chapter, she's going to be very aware. And I don't think that anything like this, allegedly for entertainment purposes, will happen to her again. Seven of Swords can indicate, it's definitely dishonesty, but it can indicate that there may have been some signs. There may have been some things that were going on where, sometimes you can feel that it's a little bit off, but you just don't call it out yet because you're like, oh, I'm just being silly or whatever. Well, Seven of Swords is basically saying, like, okay, trust your intuition. You were right. Now you know you're right. So the next phase will not be like that. You were closing out that chapter. What else? Four of Cups, disappointment. Wow, this is heavy themes. So this is definitely like, I would be so interested to see her birth chart. This is definitely closing out a cycle of really heavy themes so that you can enter in to a new cycle with a clean slate. This is like a lot of like childhood wounds. I wonder if she's like going through her Saturn return or something, because this energy can come up during Saturn returns. But Four of Cups, it's like leaving behind the emotional baggage and the emotional energy that doesn't serve you, and not feeling like you have nothing just because you learned this lesson that makes you sad. You still have 3 cups. There are still cups there. Just because 1 cup spilled, there's still 3 more. So I would say focus on what you do have, focus on your creativity, and take yourself seriously the next time you feel like somebody is being sleazy. Okay, after this healing cycle, what will be a positive phase? Let's give us something good. We'll leave this one on a high note. This was a very sad one. So sorry this happened, but clearly it's not her fault. And anyone who really has anything about them, I feel like he did her a favor, and it's easy to say that, when it's you that it's happening to, it's devastating. But I would say if he did that, there may have been other Seven of Swords things happening. That's not the work of a mature, emotionally evolved man. So I would say good riddance. He's somebody else's problem now. Thank you. I wanted something good for her next chapter, because we got a lot of description, a lot of describing of her karmic previous encounter. But this Ace of Pentacles is what's coming next, which I love that. This is the victory card. This is Pentacles are money, but it's also worth. So she's going to feel very worthy on the other side of this experience. She's going to find her self-worth in a way that is even deeper than what she's experienced before. She's going to honor herself, and because of that, Ace of Pentacles, she's going to even experience more financial success and abundance. So he is going to be sorry that he missed out on this. All right. I like that. I like that. Okay, our last 2 stories. I'm going to speed this up because this episode's going so long. Once I get going with the tea, I just keep going. You guys know how we do. So this is another toxic one. This is the most toxic one of all, in my opinion. This is absolutely appalling. So buckle up, guys. This is, of course, about Tish, Cyrus, and Noah Cyrus, and the horrific story that came out this past week. Let's see. I mean, this was a wild week. Yeah, this came out also on the 28th, today, the day of recording. I'm telling you guys, I'm glad I'm not the only one who's feeling a little bit wild and crazy. Heavy karmic energy. Lots of information coming up, lots of releasing. So if you've been feeling this way too, you're not alone. Oh my gosh, welcome to the club. It's already starting to lighten up, I think. So, according to TMZ, Tish Cyrus surfaces amid new report that she allegedly stole her hubby from Noah, her daughter. Are you kidding me? Let's learn more about this. So, Tish Cyrus was just seen for the first time since being accused of stealing her husband, Dominic Purcell. Ugh, by the way, not to be rude, but he does look like Mr. Clean, from her estranged daughter, Noah. And Mama Bear didn't want to chat. Miley Cyrus's mom was spotted Wednesday in Beverly Hills driving out of a parking garage in her Toyota SUV after grabbing a bite at a restaurant and dodging questions from a swarm of paparazzi on the way out. It also looks like Dominic himself had joined her, as he was caught on camera in a different car while parked outside the lot. Tish is being hounded by photogs in the wake of a report this week claiming Noah was romantically involved with Dominic first, apparently before Tish got with him following her 2022 divorce from Billy Ray Cyrus. While Tish and Dominic have since tied the knot and are happily married now, this report casts doubt on the timeline of things, claiming NC was actually seeing Noah Cyrus was actually seeing Dominic first when her mom eventually started pursuing him as well. I mean, this is sick. Supposedly, Tish knew Noah was with him. It's unclear exactly when Noah was dating Dominic, if this is to be believed, or when things ended between her and Dom and when a romance started with Tish. The report suggests there may have been some overlap. I mean, that is disgusting. And considering Noah's estrangement from Tish, it's safe to assume there's some bad blood and harsh feelings over this alleged love triangle. The claims also add another layer to some perceived drama among the Cyrus clan. Fans even suspected things weren't great among the family ever since Miley didn't mention Billy in her acceptance speech at last month's Grammys. Likewise, Noah skipped Tish's wedding to Dominic, so the Cyrus brood is fractured, which I think is really sad. That's really sad. Okay, so we're not going to read the rest of this article, but we are going to do is pull some tarot cards to see if allegedly for entertainment purposes only any of this is true. So first of all, let's pull some cards to see if did Noah Cyrus ever date Dominic, her mom's now husband? What was her connection to him? Let's see. The Tower. Oh my God, this is a yes, because this is very dramatic. Allegedly, for entertainment purposes. The Tower card, this is a shock. Oh my gosh, this is really sick. Honestly, guys, this is horrible. I mean, with family like this, who needs enemies? Poor girl. Oh my God. Mm-mm. Not okay. So the Tower is a shock, something dramatic that occurred. So I would say that you know how the article speculated as like whether or not there was overlap. I would say, as gross as this is, allegedly, that I would say, yeah, there is. There was. And that's how she found out about it. She found out about that, and then it just kind of rocked her whole world. Like the Tower came down. Why would Tish do this? What would make her think that this is okay on any level? Let's pull a card for Tish. Why would she think this is okay on any level? Two of Cups. This is, you guys, you cannot make this stuff up. The Two of Cups, soulmates. I am disgusted. Okay, the soulmate card, Two of Cups, past life connection, energy. She felt a strong pull. She felt like this is her soulmate. So because of that, it was like all's fair in love and war. I guess even if you have to cause a tower moment for your daughter. Oh my gosh, that is so weird. How does Miley Cyrus feel about this? How does Miley feel? And I have no clue if from what I remember, Miley, I always thought she was super close to her mom. And I do believe she thanked her mom at the Grammys. I don't know if she thanked Noah or if they're close, but let's just see. What does Miley think about this whole situation? The tower moment for Noah due to the Two of Cups that Tish felt for this guy, Dominic. What does Miley think? Three of Wands, looking towards the future with passion. Allegedly for entertainment purposes, she is more of a free spirit when it comes to like life and love. Um, So she's more about like, let's just like move forward. If this is what makes them happy, Wands energy, passion energy, she's like the proponent for true love. I would say she's probably kind of a hopeless romantic. And she has a lot of empathy, I think, for her mother. And I feel like the way that she interpreted it was like, okay, well, Noah could have like anyone that she wants. She's young and there are so many guys that are more appropriate for her age because this dominant guy is obviously closer to her mom's age. So I think that Miley was like, Noah has like so many choices, but my mom feels 2 of cups with this guy. Noah's not as serious. So let's just all let it be and let's just all move forward. 3 of wands. Let's move forward together. 3 is also, like I said, the threes of crowd thing. She knows about it, but she's like, let's just move forward. 3 of wands, just looking to the future. Let's not dwell on it. Whatever happened, happened, and they're happy now. So let's just be happy and just move on. So she has empathy, but at the same time, she really wants to focus on the family staying together. And she almost like doesn't blame her mom for doing that. Okay, wow. Family dynamics are one of the most bizarre things, right? Okay, how does Noah feel about this? I mean, she did experience a tower moment, so it's obviously not good. Let's see if we can get more information. How does Noah feel about this? How does she feel about her mom, Tish? How does she feel in general about all this? Guys, 3 of Pentacles again. We're getting threes, threes, threes. I'm telling you, everything is being exposed. Um, 3 of Pentacles. She felt like, um, and this is a slightly different energy for this card because we are talking about like the 3 energy happening here is like with her mom, her former man, and herself. She was hoping that they could all like, Pentacles like work together, not physically work. Like, I don't think like actually like get a job together, but she was hoping that like they could collaborate, like as a family, that they could work. In this card, they're all like cooking in the kitchen. Like she was more hoping that this would be like one happy family type of thing. But the 3 indicates that fortunately she ended up being hoisted on out of there. Let's get another clarifier for Noah's energy around this whole situation. 8 of Cups, walking away. Guys, when the tarot T truth is just, wow, so literal. Yeah, so she walked away from the relationship with her mother and with that guy as well because she didn't want any part of it. She was very hurt by this. She had thought that she could trust, like, Pentacles are like stability. 3 of Pentacles is like someone who like trusted that things were gonna work out or be okay, or felt like, hey, we can all just like, in a literal sense, like cook, make dinner together and like do things like, family energy. And what ended up happening is, they got together, left her in the cold, and she walked away because she was like, this is messed up. Like, this is not okay. So that is really, really sad. How does he feel about this? This is sick. How does he feel about this? How does Dominic feel about what he's caused? I mean, obviously the mom also caused it, but how does he feel about this? Oh, that card freaking flew. Judgment. Oh my God. He feels that someday he's going to have to answer for this. Guys, yo. The judgment card. Okay. So, yeah, he feels that other people judge him. He feels that he has made some sort of karmic blunder. And he feels deep down that someday, yeah, he will have to answer for this in some way, if you know what I mean. Um, he knows it was wrong. Weird. And on this card, when I look at it really closely, there is a person in the clouds holding a trumpet. This is a little weird, but holding a trumpet towards the blonde person in the card and turning away from the person with the dark hair. And they're both like having their arms up. I feel like he chose, this is weird. He chose Tish, and he knows that people are going to judge him. He judges himself. And he also feels that, yeah, he'll have to answer for this one day. That is very dark. How does Tish feel towards her daughter Noah now? Queen of Swords. Whoa, that is harsh. She she's fine with cutting her off. allegedly for entertainment purposes. She feels like it's almost necessary to maintain what it is that she wants. Very toxic. I would say, I hope that Noah is okay. I hope that she surrounds herself with people that do care about her and she has a good therapist and people to talk to because this situation is really toxic and hurtful. And the fact that she had to walk away from her own mom because of this disgusting, I mean, honestly, it's really gross. This whole situation is super sad. So, sending her good energy and healing. And yeah, the judgment card speaks for itself. So, when the tarot tea tells you what it tells you, we can leave that up to spirit, leave that up to the universe to handle that, handle the judgment part. Okay. Ariana Grande, last but not least. So Ariana Grande went on the Zach Sang show and she was addressing the cheating rumors, basically not taking any responsibility. Um, it was very bizarre. People have been talking about it all week and just how strange she acted. Let's just pull some cards on her and, like, how she's really feeling, because she really tried to make it like she was the victim, and, like, there's a lot that people don't know, but then when Zach asked, like, "Would you like to share, with people, like, something that they don't understand, or, like, would you like to explain?" And she played very coy, and she didn't really wanna talk about it. So, like, why did she not wanna talk about anything? How does she really feel about what she has done? Because remember, she met Lily J, Ethan Slater's, I think now it's estranged wife. I don't even know if he's filed for divorce, but she met when they were together. Um, she met Lily J and his baby, which is so, again, it's giving Tish Cyrus energy. So let's see. How does she really feel about what she's done? Judgment. God, when the tarot tea, what? Okay. The tarot, I'm sorry. I just had to freak out. She also feels the judgment card energy just like, that guy, Dominic, Tish Cyrus's husband. She does know deep down that what she did was wrong, judgment card, and she feels that someday, again, she'll have to pay for it. Also, it's literally the same exact energy for him. I can't believe this came out for the 2 people who were in the same energy, the judgment card. I'm sorry, this is so exciting. I love when the tarot is just, like, spot on. So, wow, okay, she is definitely in a place where the reason that she wanted to, like, go on that show and act the way that she was acting and try to kind of slightly gaslight and kind of, like, shape shift the narrative without really saying anything, but saying something, and Eternal Sunshine, the name of her album, like, I don't know, just really trying as hard as she can to shift the perception, to act like things are so much more complicated than they really are. Like, people just don't understand. Like, or does she know that people understand judgment card and she knows that she's being judged and she knows that she doesn't really have a leg to stand on. So all she can do is try to make this seem like some very mysterious, complicated situation, which it's not. Um, she's very aware that people are judging her. And deep down, when she's alone at night all by herself, she judges herself too. She knows. She knows what she did. And she definitely feels that someday there's a good possibility that it's going to come out and that she will have to answer to someone or something. So let's see any other energy around her. Oh, wow, that card was okay. Popping up the moon, hidden secret. Yeah, she has a lot of secrets. A lot of secrets, even more secrets than we know of. And because of her, I believe she is in her Saturn return right now. And I'm trying to remember her birth chart, but there was something having to do with her love life, like Saturn and Venus. I would have to look, but I remember her Saturn return, I believe, was in the 5th house or the 7th house. I think it was the 5th house of romance and dating. But basically, she's learning lessons around romance and dating and love and integrity and, like, living for the moment versus thinking long term, being selfish versus thinking about really, like, what the right thing to do is. And the moon card indicates a lot of secrets, things that are hidden and things that she would like to keep hidden. the way that she's talking about things being mysterious, this is moon energy. She's trying her best to keep as much hidden as possible. And, that makes sense. That's exactly what she's doing. Wow. That's wild. There's so much more that we don't know. What about Ethan? How does he feel about what he's done? How does Ethan Slater really feel about what he's done? Leaving Lily J and being with Ariana Grande. How does he really feel at this moment? Seven of Wands, like he has so much competition. Wow. His karma for doing this might be that he always has to watch his back. And he has this feeling that at any moment she could leave him for somebody else because that is her pattern. And now he knows that he's put himself in the position to possibly be left in the dust. And I mean, let's pull another card, but you got to imagine he's got to have regrets going from a stable, loving family to being in that Seven of Wands energy. How exhausting. Feeling like you always have to watch your back because there's somebody else trying to get your person. And the karma of that is that, what we do to others can come back to us. So it very well could happen at some point where she leaves him. And then, okay, card fell. Knight of Cups. This is the fairy tale romance card. It's all about a fantasy. So he's trying to really make this fantasy work. He sees this relationship as a fantasy and he really wants to keep it going. Seven of Wands. He's wanting to fight anybody else, off with sticks. Like in the card, it's like someone with sticks trying to fight the other people off. He wants to keep his life. He wants to keep things the way that they are now. Anything else? Queen of Cups. Wow. He sees her as his Queen of Cups. So he's fighting for his life. And I think that the karmic energy could be, the Star card. He loves the fame. He loves the fame, but he also really does care about her a lot. Like Queen of Cups, he like sees her as his Queen of Cups. He's like very in love. And so unfortunately, because of the way that they connected, there is always going to be like this doubt within him that she could do to him, what he did to his wife if something or someone came along that was, somebody that she liked. And so he is going through this experience where he is, and I think I read this last time I did a reading on them, where he is allegedly for entertainment purposes in the future going to end up the Lily J in her position of being in love with someone who then leaves you, because then there'll be like a karmic rebalancing where I think he's going to get back what he put out there. So it's just kind of like a matter of time. Which, if that's not a great ending to a toxic tarot tea time session, I don't know what is. All right, you guys, I love you so much. Thank you for being here. I hope that you guys had fun. Stay chill out there with Pluto and Aquarius. But the energy is lightening up, and we're about to, just embark on a whole new month of March. It's going to be very positive. I think there's some good energy around March that I am looking forward to. We'll talk more about that in a future podcast episode. But thank you guys for being here. Thank you for listening. I love you guys so much. Y'all are the best. And I can't wait to see you guys next week for an all new podcast episode. And in the meantime, if you guys haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. If you would like to leave me a really nice review, I would love it so much. I love to hear from you guys. I love to hear what you think of the podcast, and it would just make my day. So please leave a review if you can. And other than that, I will see you guys next time. All right. Talk to you soon.
Yay Networks.